Hello, this is Mark with Mark My Words, and let's get into today's show. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that today's topic is a very difficult one. We're going to talk about war crimes against humanity, events that involve suffering, real loss, and people. This conversation may be heavy. My goal here is not to shock anybody, but to inform people of what's going on in Iran. I'm not going to go full screen in a lot of these videos because it's very graphic, but I want people to be aware of the horrific war crimes happening and why regime change is a must in Iran. Why the Ayatollahs, the mullahs, and the Islamic regime needs to be exterminated off the face of the earth. What is happening in Iran right now? I'm not sure people even grasp the severity of the horrors. This is the Holocaust all over again. Not at the grand scale of the Holocaust, but in today's day and age, it's just as tragic. Let's look at a few things here. All right, I don't want to go full screen in all these videos, but here. This is Khamenei, the I don't even know what to call him, inhumane devil, talking about the protesters and how they need to be dealt with. And here's a video of how his secret police are treating people in their country. And this is real dictatorship, real horror, real tragedy. And the people in America need to realize and wake up, because we live like kings in this country. What I'm about to show you is the real horror around the world. That's a knife or a big machete.
به قصد ناامن کردن کشور اغتشاش کنن اصلا قابل قبول نیست مطلقاً.
Okay, this is just go ahead and just, if you can look around, this is a morgue with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bodies just killed overnight, just mutilated, just horrendous. Here's a video of someone just getting off on the street. They're running. They just get off on the street. Here's another just horrendous video. I don't know how much of this I can even zoom into, but you can see just hundreds and hundreds of body bags, just people being killed with chemical weapons, through torture, through rape, through just, you can see just heads open and just absolutely horrendous things going on. I thought this was, from some past age, but this is happening right now to our Iranian friends and people that don't deserve this. Most of these people there, they want new regime. They want to be free. They want to live their own lives. Iranian women have been forced to wear these stupid burqas when they're one of the most beautiful women in the whole entire world. People want freedom. People want to live like they did when the monarchs were there, where Iran was a destination for skiers from the whole world and mountain climbers and tourists, and their economy was amazing. And then Islam took over. Then radical Islam took over, and now look what is happening. This is the warning to Europe and to America of what Islam does to countries. You guys want to see real dictatorship? You guys want to see real horrendous things? Then all you need to do is let the Democrats keep doing what they're doing. Bring Islam and socialism, communism here, because this is basically the same thing. Here it is. This is what Iran looks like right now. People are so tired of this. They're standing up. They're dying for what they believe in, just to have a chance at freedom. This is real dictatorship. This is real horrors right here. Well, I don't really want to zoom in too much on this, but look, these people are already gone, and they're kicking them and beating them. Just, I think this needs to be brought to the attention, because a lot of people here in America are so sheltered. They live these lives where, look at it. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. And here it is, just hundreds of body bags. I'm not a big supporter of war, and I don't want troops on the ground, but I want this regime to go. I want this regime to go. This regime, it needs to go. What we're seeing right now, what we're witnessing right now, they all need to be executed. They all need to be hung on national television and executed. And here's what the U.S., Trump was supposed to strike earlier, but we just didn't have enough assets in the Persian Gulf. And the Abraham Lincoln, fully armed, it's on its way right now. It has just arrived in the Persian Gulf earlier today. The F-15 jammers are also in the Gulf and in the area starting to do the radar thing and jam all their signals and see where they're targeting from, where their towers are at. So America is getting in position, and I'm not a big supporter of war. I don't want any more wars, but this, what is about to happen, it needs to happen, and it will happen. And I'm waiting for the day where the Ayatollahs and the mullahs and the Islamic extremists pay for their crimes and bring diplomacy and bring peace and prosperity back to the people of Iran. They deserve it. That's a beautiful nation with beautiful people that have been destroyed by Islamic terrorism.
Let's now shift our focus to West Asia, where the stakes between the US and Iran are sky high. Military signals are hardening, warnings are sharper, and the rhetoric is unmistakable. The United States has escalated pressure on Iran as President Donald Trump confirmed a US naval armada was heading towards the Gulf. While returning from the World Economic Forum in Davos on Thursday, Trump said a big force was moving towards Iran and that Washington is on alert.
You know, we have a lot of ships going that direction, just in case. We have a big
Send more.
flotilla.
Send more
going
ships.
in that direction. And we'll see
Where's
what happens.
Mossad?
We have a big force. We have a big force going toward Iran. I'd rather.
Where's Mossad? Why is Mossad not taking these people out? Or what? Do they don't know where these people are? Or Mossad's in Kabul? Or Mossad just okay with the regime? They wanted the conflict in the Middle East to keep going. You just never know what this
Did not
is.
see anything happen, but we're watching them very closely. But we have an armada. We have a massive fleet heading in that direction.
They can't come soon enough.
Maybe we won't have to use it. We'll see.
And the deployment followed a sharp rise in
And Iran
tensions.
does have quite a few capabilities of ballistic missiles. They can fire off hundreds of drones. They got the Shahed drones that are pretty cheap for them to build that carry 100-pound warheads. They have a bunch of not intercontinental, but they got a bunch of ballistic missiles that they can fire off probably 200-300 at a time. So once America does do something, there will be a lot of missiles fired, and but America's capable to deal with that. But this has to happen. This has
Iran's
to
internal
happen.
unrest and concerns over its nuclear activities. US warships, including the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, multiple destroyers and fighter aircraft started moving from the Asia-Pacific last week. Earlier, Trump threatened Iran's leadership that any attempt on his life would result in total destruction and targeting of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. After
Either way,
Trump's
he needs to be
remarks,
targeted
Iran
and
issued
destroyed.
a fresh warning. The commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards said his forces had their finger on the trigger, despite the rising tensions. Both the US and
He had his finger on the camel. Iran doesn't have the capability to do anything. We saw that in the 13-day war where America and Israel took out all their defenses, took out all their rocket systems, took out all their radars, and Iran wasn't able to fire off a acorn.
Iran have said that they are open to talks. It is worth mentioning that the US president had repeatedly warned Iran of new military action after Washington backed Israel's 12-day war in June, hitting
sending the
Iran's
B-2
nuclear and
Spears.
ballistic missile programs. Trump further claimed that US pressure had paused planned executions by the Iranian regime, saying his threats of force stopped 837 hangings of protesters.
I stopped 837 hanging.
Yeah, well, we need to stop hearing about what you've stopped, and we need to start hearing about what you're going to do about this, because this is absolutely horrific. And here is the monarch, the exiled Iranian prince, that the Iranian people are chanting his name in the streets and want him to come back. I don't know if a monarch is the way to go, but it's sure a hell of a lot better than a extremist Islamic regime.
Pahlavi, who says that the regime is on the verge of collapse. Crown Prince Pahlavi, thank you very much. It's good to have you back on the program, sir.
Good to be back, Martha.
How do you interpret that exchange with Maria Bartiromo and President Trump?
Martha, in the middle of what's happening, I think I can update you with the latest news that I had from Iran itself. I just got off the phone with a political prisoner that managed to somehow connect to the internet. And here's what the situation on the ground is. It's an ongoing war between the people and this regime. The regime has massacred them, and it is in total darkness that it is carrying out even more brutality by shooting people in hospitals under the direct order of Khamenei. Khamenei, not to let anyone who was
Yeah, these are war crimes that need to be dealt with as soon as possible. The Iranian people deserve better. The world deserves better. Maduro's out. Get this. Psycho-Iranian Islamist out. Cuba needs a change. We need to do this now, as soon as possible. This needs to happen now.
wounded alive. That's the extent of their brutality, and the numbers you quoted is correct. We anticipate at least 20,000 people dead, if not more, across the land. Now, one thing that the world and this audience needs to realize is that these brave Iranians are saying, we are fighting not just for our own liberation, but to free the world from this terrorist regime. Their commitment is to fight to the very end, and this is the momentum that we have.
You know you're desperate when you're willing to die, and when you see thousands of bodies piled up and you're still protesting, you're still out there just risking your life, willing to die for what you believe in. That's real thirst for freedom. And we got these spoiled Americans, silver spoon-fed babies, living here in America, complaining about America. And look, the only reason the Iranian regime is still standing is because of things like this. Here comes China. China bringing them anti-ship missiles, anti-air defense systems, anti-aircraft weapons. So this needs to stop. China's propping them up because they're losing their power around the world. They already lost Venezuela. They're going to lose Cuba. They're going to lose Iran, and China's going to be left with nothing. So this is the time to strike. This is the time to go. I pray for the Iranian people. I pray for peace. And God bless America. God bless Trump. And God bless Iran. I hope for the end of the Iranian Islamist terrorist regime. God bless you all.